We're done with reaction videos. We're on Reddit now.
Shit, we're like KSI.
He be doing that?
That's all he does. Just reacts on Reddit. That's it. Oh no, Reddits are big communities, bro. That's literally KSI's entire YouTube channel. He just reacts to whatever the people upvote the most. The best people that moderate it make sure KSI sees the best stuff, and then he reacts to that.
Or people moderate it.
But the fans do. It's all fans.
That sounds a bit like it could turn toxic and dark fast.
I mean, he does get stuff where like they make fun of him, but it's never like bad.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and if they do, it's not like you have to react to that.
True.
I think there's a Reddit of every famous celebrity, actor you could ever think of, musician. Like everybody's got a Reddit.
I was put onto this recently by a friend of mine who said, bro, check out the Regretful Parents Reddit. This one has 602 upvotes. And the thing is, it's not worth it. It's so hard, but it's worth it. This is the parenting mantra. I've heard it from everyone since I was first pregnant, but really, it's not. Kid is 18 months, she's sweet and smart, but incredibly high strung. Her tantrums are frequent and intense. She doesn't sleep. She goes through strong parent preference, and when she wants dad, she hates me, like cries if I get anywhere near her. Pregnancy left me with permanent physical issues, not to mention how I'll never be attractive again. She wakes up for at least an hour every night and gets up every single day at 5:15 a.m., so I can't even exercise before she wakes up, something that used to keep me sane. She's been sleep trained over and over for a year. It doesn't matter. By the time bedtime comes, I'm so tired I can barely stay awake to have time with my sweet husband. Why did I ruin my body and my life to have a child who rejects me, who screams like she's being tortured over every minor inconvenience, who will not sleep no matter how many sleep books or courses and consultants I pay for? Even worse, I'm accidentally expecting number 2. Accidentally. I used to want a huge family and I thought I would love being a mom, but it sucks. I hope it gets better, but I've been saying that for a year. Lots of questions about baby number 2 and getting down votes for not being sterilized. I am a struggling Catholic where sterilization is a pretty serious sin. So while it's definitely something I'm weighing, it requires a lot of soul searching. Baby number 2 was conceived despite natural family planning, Catholic birth control, where I take my temperature. What the fuck? Second edit, in case someone finds this someday, it's been 7 months since I posted this and I'm feeling, oh, she's feeling much better. If you're reading this because you find yourself feeling similar, it really does get better. Hang in there.
Well, yeah, I mean, damn, she said 18 months. I bet the first 2 or 3 years are definitely the hardest.
Child diagnosed with developmental delay has significant primordial signs of autism. I'm at my wit's end. Can't even describe how devastated I feel every hour of every day. My heart feels like it's being crushed in my stomach. I want to throw up and scream and cry at the same time, but I just walk around with a dead stare. Every time I look or even think of my poor beautiful boy, I'm overwhelmed with despair. He'll never have a good life, and he'll destroy his mother and me while he does it. This is the truly most horrific disease. I would rather he had cancer. At least he could be in a relationship with us. He could love us and look us in the eye, and it means something. I weep every few hours now. I can't go on like this, but I don't know how it ends. What am I supposed to do? How do people get emotionally and mentally eviscerated like this for years?
That's tough. It's true. Being with somebody that has like a developmental issue, like they don't know how to love or like have conversation with you or enjoy their life, and so and they don't know that how they're treating you. They don't know how it affects the other person, the person that's taking care of them. I don't fully get it, but I obviously can understand where she's coming from.
Can you say, I'm done, brother? Drop him off at the firehouse.
If that's how you feel, because there's people that would say like, no, like I love this child and I'm gonna take care of them and be with them for the rest of their life. But if you're feeling this way, then yeah, like put them up for adoption, because if you don't love the child and that's how you feel.
Yeah, this isn't even like this is a cry for help.
Don't let it carry on like that. But imagine the kid reading that.
I mean,
that's how you feel, huh?
The Down syndrome kid reading it?
They can't read? No, right?
Does it have Down syndrome or just autism?
Developmental delay, significant primordial signs of autism.
I don't think this one has Down syndrome.
This autism, maybe?
So autism. My son is 5, autistic, and has PDA, which is
public display of affection.
He be kissing everybody. He's been in kindergarten for less than a month, and already it's hell. This is my life. My son wakes me up by screaming no later than 5:15 a.m. every single morning. My wife does not get out of bed. I feed and dress and jolly and occupy him until then it is time to take him to school. Every day, I remind him how important it is to keep his hands to himself and do the assignments his teacher gives him, because that's how he is going to learn and read and write. 2 days out of every 5, he winds up hitting the teacher, the student teacher, or the other students. He refuses to do any classwork. He refuses to practice writing. He refuses to draw. He refuses to play. He refuses to eat. His school has made him an IEP, and the state still has not determined whether he meets any criteria for assistance services.
That's what having a kid is like. It's like spinning a wheel. It's like you don't know what you're gonna get. Every child is different.
Even no matter how much you give your raising and nurturing, they're still their own individual.
Do you think your child feels your regrets? One of you here, dad of one child, 7 years old. We are a 41 and 40-year-old. Both were surprised with colic baby, and it went downhill from there. We both work full time and come home tired, and it's a never ending task. We have talked about how parenting is difficult, and we have honestly talked about regretting having a child. Our relationship is fine. We do communicate well. We have some romantic evenings at least once a month, and we hug a lot. Our child knows we are tired or feel unhappy. It came to my head, does he feel our regret too? Is he going to know when he grows up?
Well, if you keep thinking that, you're gonna externally show that, and yes, he is gonna know that. If you feel that much in your head, I feel like that stuff gives off. You can't fake being happy if you're truly inside your head regret it. Like it'll
come out one day, and then that would suck even more.
I just want it to be over. As most know, my daughter, who has diagnosed with bipolar disorder, has been under the care of multiple mental health professionals. We are finally having a breakthrough with her. Cue her brother losing his shit because she's the favorite now. Can kill me. I'm talking lying, stealing things in the home that aren't his, hitting his sister, refusing to do schoolwork. He's homeschooled, refusing to do chores, crying if we try to include his sister in anything, like complete child baby bullshit that no 13-year-old should do. Now keep in mind, nothing has changed for him. His chores are the same. The rules, no change. Allowance, same requirements. The only difference is his sister is off punishment and able to get the same things he has, and he's pissed. He literally told the therapist that we were not including him in the things we did as a family or individually. ADHD, what was it? ADHD, bipolar. And then now the son's resentful, the brother's resentful.
And it literally hitting your bipolar sister, bro.
It isn't over for me because it never began. I'm ashamed of my life and existence, and once my son's old enough, I'm moving to another country and starting over. My teens were ruined, and so were my 20s. I'm so ashamed that I don't really want to get into the details, but yeah.
Oh, well, she had a child in her teens.
The trauma from my abusive relationship and pregnancy, childbirth / motherhood has changed and traumatized me to the point I can't have healthy relationships and healthy attachment style. I'm ashamed to go out, especially with my son, and I just hate everything. I'll never experience a healthy relationship with someone where we do what we want and have all the time in the world for ourselves because of my baggage. I don't even think I can have any long-term relationship because of how my abusive one has shaped my entire outlook on people, especially for men. I don't think I'll ever be able to share my space with someone ever again. I barely even had a relationship with my ex where it was just him and I and figuring ourselves out because he coaxed me into getting pregnant just months after we got together.
People are constantly posting on this 4 days ago. So
yeah, this is like new stuff.
A lot of them talk about having a special needs child.
I mean, yeah, having a child in general is just hard, but like when you have to now be their caretaker for the rest of their life.
Level difficulty.
I messed up my brain. I have permanent brain fog.
Oh God.
I'm broken. I'm a young lady, 21, one baby, single parent, don't have a relationship with my family at all. Some of these are self-induced where it's like, now who's in charge of you getting pregnant?
And why does your family age you?
What do you do when your child isn't special needs, but is bad as What do?
You call up the guy that yells at your kid.
You can't start like choking him. Oh yeah, you hire the black guy that yells.
Or it makes him turn into a sociopath. Well, I guess like also what has he been watching? Who's he been around? Like there's gotta be a reason why he's acting. You have to go to the root of those things.
Yeah, because if you don't have a disorder or something going on, then you're trainable.
Growing up, I knew I never wanted kids. I was not shy about expressing these feelings when asked when I was gonna settle down and start a family. When I would give reasons why, such as I like sleep, I'm pretty selfish, babies are gross and leak from every orifice, they're expensive and time consuming, it's not for me. The response I got from every single mother, no matter the age, was, oh, you'll feel different when it's yours. This is a goddamn lie, and they very well knew it. I wish there was a way to hold those people accountable for spreading that particular lie, because I do not feel different. I still hate crying kids and not babies, not being able to sleep. It's miserable and a thankless job. People should stop perpetuating the lie if it's different when it's yours. They should say it's worse when it's yours. Am I the only one feeling this way? It's a very nuanced topic here because a lot of people say that having a child is the best thing that ever happened to them. And then you got some people them kids.
You have to know that your life has to make a change. You have to make a change within your own life. So if you like being lazy and going and sleeping, maybe don't even think about having a kid.
Me personally, I think I know, okay, yeah, I'm gonna have one absolutely eventually, even though it's gonna be hard and life changing.
You have to figure it out.
I think I'm up for the challenge.
You know, I'm only vouching for the ones that have had like the autistic and the special needs kids, because like that's fair to be venting. But
Special needs,
the
yeah.
other ones that are like, everybody said it would be good, and then I did it and I found out it wasn't good. It's
And when you sort of put a magnifying glass on all the regretful parents, it makes me think like, oh shit.
Well, yeah, because everyone goes into it, like with the positive mindset, kid, happy this, but then when real life hits you and the actual thing happens,
this sucks.
Really gotta think about it.
Oh my God. A guy I met recently, I said, he's a new father. And I was like, hey, how's that been? Like, I'm always curious to learn about like fatherhood, whatever. He said, my kid's awesome. Doesn't cry, so sweet. It is amazing. Everyone was warning us about this and that, and he was amazing.
I had a barber that was like an hour away from here, and his child's turning 2 this year, and I remember talking to him for the past 2 years when he was cutting my hair, and he was like, it's the best thing ever. And he still works, like he's working hard hours all week doing cutting hair. And he said everything's amazing, like seeing him stand and then run and this, and now he's going to like, and he's telling me I'm working 6 days a week and I only get Sundays off. And I'm like, he said it was it's time of his life. And he says me and the mom don't get along, but we make it work. And I'm like, wow, he's always happy though, regardless too.
Yeah.
So I mean, if he just believes his reality's happy and everything's great, then I've never seen an issue with it yet. Well, he hasn't at least.
You could look at the loving parents Reddit and see all the
That's what I'm saying. We can go back and forth. You're gonna find it everywhere. Everybody has their own way that they want to set up having a child and taking care of a family, and I can't say anybody's way is right than the other, but I'm logistics first. I need to have everything kind of written out, listed out, like.
And you gotta have the money for it, and you gotta be prepared. And if I go through a fucking manic episode and get depression, can I stay at your fucking crib?
You don't have to be overly prepared, but I just want to have something set in place that I'm like aware of all these possibilities.
The crazy concept is once you have kids, I believe you have to forfeit your happiness. Now, your
100%.
happiness is secondary forever.
I feel like any of your priorities are second too. Like your child comes first.
Yeah, if you think about what your parents sacrificed for you to be where you are, like you might think that they're annoying or whatever, but
You're on a phone or a computer right now.
they gave up everything, concert they wanted to go to your school thing, to pay for your food.
I didn't really notice or appreciate that until I got older too. I'm like, wow.
I think that's a lot of us.
I look back and I'm like, my parents really sacrificed so much for me to do the things I did.
Most of us are egotistical for a long time, and you're kind of in your own world, like me, and then you're like, oh wow, who really did all this for me?
And you think about like, who would I be if I didn't do the things that my parents allowed me to do?
You got free food, bro. When you gotta pay for food, you realize that shit expensive.
And I remember in high school, I'd be like, Mom, can I have $10? I'm going to eat with my friends. Like I would ask for money, then you get older and you realize, oh shit, like you really got to pay for your own stuff. Like you realize all the stuff that your parents did for you.
And they're already paying for each other, and now they're paying for you.
Again, thinking about the being grateful, your parents thinking about what they sacrificed, they literally sacrificed their lives. So how old are we? 20 motherfucking 6, 27?
27.
Pushing 30.
Still, our parents are still like sort of helping us out, whatever. But at least for 18, you're telling me for 18 years, every weekend, every weekday, they just did all the stuff to help you.
And even if you're in high school right now, it's happening right now, or middle school, just step back. Think about it. That's why I like when people are like, yo, go tell your mom I love you. Or just give them a hug just for no reason. Like, I say everybody will give their parents a hug.
You won't really know until you're a parent. Then you'll really be like, oh my God, and they did this for me.
Yep, and then you're going to be calling up your mom. What do I do when the baby's crying at 4 in the morning? Yo, mom, he's acting like this.
I definitely like telling people to be grateful for your parents because they sacrificed their life for you.
Even if you guys still disagree as of right now, like, still think about a lot of the heavy lifting they did have to do for you no matter what. Like, you could have been getting infected, sick at 11 months old. They had to rush you to the ER.
Yeah.
They had to go take care of you. That stuff that you couldn't control, like you said, they were saving your life, like, before you can even take care of yourself.
They bought your bed, and your TV, and your gaming consoles, and every Christmas.
And everything that goes in your body that you eat every day because of them.
Man, that's crazy.
Shout out to the parents.
Shout out parents, man.
New parents, old parents, parents that just watch this for some fucking reason.
What if you were reading this and it said like Burton, like is your mom like on the
My son's an ungrateful YouTuber who has turned into a different person.
He goes by the name Rhino.
He's turned into an egotistical asshole.
What are my parents saying behind my back? Think about what your parents have said
We've been
negatively about
We've been assholes.
You know they have.
Who they vented to?
Because none of these kids know their parents are on Reddit like that.
And I'm a little badass, so I know they be talking shit. Thank you, though.